Hi you guys, this is GBK from Mental Health Awareness Nigeria, and I've just decided that I'm going to do a few mini-series featuring different mental illnesses and just talking about them and sharing my knowledge on them with you guys. So first we'll start with depression. So today's topic is depression. Let's get right into it. Depression is actually really common, but before we get talking about it, I'll just share my first real experience of depression with you guys. So I had a friend about 5 years ago. She was going through a lot, but I guess I hadn't realized how much what she was going through was affecting her. So one day I was sitting in class and just, decided to check my Facebook messages, and then I saw that she was a friend that we hung out every day, so we used to see each other every day. So when I got a message from her, I was surprised. I'm like, I'm probably gonna see her after. I wonder why she messaged me. But anyway, the message ended up being a suicide note, just basically saying she was tired of life, and that really shocked me. Prior to that, I'd never had any experience of someone who was so depressed and wanted to kill themselves. So anyway, I rushed to her dorm room and I talked her out of it, and yeah, she ended up getting help and she felt much better afterwards. So which leads me into depression. Depression is actually, like I said earlier, it's really common. Like, it happens to a lot of people, myself included. Like, I haven't ever been diagnosed with it, just because I have never gotten to the point where I felt like I should seek help. But then there's been times in my life where I've been through stuff and I've felt really depressed. Now, I'm not saying that, every time you feel down, you should seek help. But I feel like if I had gotten to a point where I was unable to cope, I would have sought help. So, and another thing about depression is a good time to know if you need to seek help is if it's interfering with your daily activities. Like if you're unable to go to work anymore, if you're unable to go to school, if you're a student, if you're unable to see your friends, like if it's impacting your life that much, then you should definitely seek out help. So back to the topic of depression. I was saying, yeah, it was like, it's a really common thing and many people struggle with it, but at the same time, many people don't realize that depression is something you can get help for. Like, you can get medication for it, you can get ECT, electroconvulsive therapy, you can get different kinds of therapy. There's cognitive behavioral therapy, there's DBT, there's so many kinds of things that out there that can help you if you're struggling with depression. And also, quickly before I go, I would just like to share like some signs and symptoms to watch for in yourself, friends, or loved ones, like to make you think, like to kind of like a warning sign that you might want to see someone. We should say, let's call it that, warning signs, 7 warning signs. So this is from my textbook. I'll be referencing it on the bottom. It's not from me. This is something I have learned from school. So one of the 7 signs is, first, a change in appetite. So if you're eating too little or more than usual, that should be, something that should make you think, oh, what's going on with me, right? And also with the change in appetite comes change in weight. So it's either you're gaining weight or you're losing weight, depending on how your appetite is. And then the third thing is a change in energy level. If you find that you're just feeling lethargic and not able to do the things that you're usually doing, or you're finding that you're no longer finding pleasure in the things that you used to find pleasure in, then that could be a sign. Also, another thing, jumping right off of that, is if you have a decrease in libido. So that should also be a warning sign that you might be depressed. Also, if you have a change in concentration level, if you're unable to be productive at work or at school, that might be a warning sign too. And another thing is increase or decrease in psychomotor activity. So if you get like easily irritated or like easily angered, or if you become too sluggish and you can't even be bothered to like react to certain things, or you're just not your usual self, I guess that could be a warning sign too. So on here is the list of things. I'm going to put them up here, the 7 signs that you might want to seek help, that might indicate that, you know, you might be depressed and you should talk to a professional. And this is not a video telling you how to diagnose yourself. No, not at all. It's just kind of like sharing my knowledge and hoping, you know, it does something for someone and makes them realize that maybe they should get help. That being said, I also wanted to talk about some of the risks of not getting help. So one of the risks that I find with not getting help is you're going to try and self-medicate, because usually some people, if they're not feeling like, it's common for people to self-medicate when they have a headache, and it's the same for like when they feel down. They might feel, oh, since I'm feeling down, maybe I should smoke some weed. It'll make me feel high for a while and forget my worries. But the thing is, it doesn't help in the long run, because after that wears off, it's the same with alcohol too. After that wears off, then you get the same feelings back, and it just, you know, creates like a cycle where, you know, you're using whatever you're using, the drug or the alcohol, to get, you know, through whatever it is that you're going through, but it's not really working because it's not supposed to work for, you know, stuff like that. But then it just creates the cycle, right? So that's one of the risks of not seeking help. The fact that you could end up with an addiction problem coupled with your, you know, mental illness that might be going on already. And also another risk is if you're feeling depressed and you're having, you know, thoughts of killing yourself. Obviously that's the greatest risk. Like, you know, the fact that you might be a threat to yourself, the fact that you might end up killing yourself, which I hope, you know, doesn't happen, but it's a risk with depression. Anyway, I guess that's all for today. If you guys have any questions, leave them on the comment section below. I'll try and answer them. Like I said, I'm still in school. I'm not a professional, and this is not like a way to diagnose yourself. It's just a video talking about it, like sharing my knowledge with you guys, and that's all it is. I wish you guys the best of luck, and God bless you guys, and talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.